What is the contestant most likely to be eliminated in TPOT next for each team? Let's start with teammates. Out of the 5 members that are on this team, I think the most obvious one is Donut. I think he would receive around 8,000 votes and he would be the first save. I mean, he's clearly a fan favorite by now. I personally think Katie would also manage to be the second save. Not receiving as many votes as Donut, but receiving a considerable amount of votes, since she's also pretty liked, as well as Needle. She basically carries her team, and that's making her a bit more popular, and I think she would be safe. And now it's down to Pin and Barfbag. Honestly, I think this is obvious. Barfbag's out. I think she will receive around 1,500 less votes than Pin. I mean, I still don't know how she survived over Coiny, even though it was a very close vote for, but still. How did she survive over Coiny? Now it's time for the fan favorite team, Death Pact again. You see, I've noticed a pattern on these teams' elimination. Remember that Black Hole was the first one saved in TPOT 2. Well, remember that Marker was the first one saved in TPOT 5. And then Black Hole followed next with the second most votes. Then, when Tree was the first one saved in TPOT 7, Marker followed through. And then Black Hole. So, Fanny would be the first one saved, followed by Tree, then Marker, and then Black Hole would be out. I think it would be a very close battle between Marker and Black Hole. But it's not just a pattern. Black Hole has been receiving a lot of hate lately. From TPOT 4, and well, yeah. Let's continue. Now we have the strongest team on Earth. I mean, I think it's obvious who is getting eliminated. But I'm gonna tell the order of elimination because I guess that's my job. Grassy is obviously the first one saved by a landslide. He was a fan favorite by the start and was getting the most votes out of every member in the strongest team on Earth. And he would even be more liked after he is becoming a bit more mean. After this is Snowball. Snowball in the strongest team on Earth was always liked, receiving always the second most votes, and I don't think this would be any different. I personally think there would be a vote war between these 3. But escaping by a bit is Basketball. She was already liked, and with the robot flower arc stuff, she would get even more likes. And now we have the real debate. It's either Belle or Robot Flower Levy. I mean, this is another obvious one. Belle is out. Robot Flower was already quite liked in the community, and her arc with Basketball would make her even more liked, which makes Belle have a 0 chance of survival. Now we have the S. Honestly, I thought this would be a piece of cake, but yeah, I ended up knowing that it was very hard to choose. Anyways, obviously, Winner is the first one saved. He has been growing on the fans' hearts, and I think he would receive the most votes out of everyone. And you guessed it, extremely close vote battle. But I think Bottle would survive. Even though at the start she wasn't very liked, nor very popular, I think she has gotten a lot more fans compared to before, which would make her be the second safe one. Now the hardest part of it all. It is either Yellowface or Ice Cube. I know you're all going to disagree with me, but I think Ice Cube would be safe. But as you can see, it would be very close. You see, Ice Cube was slowly getting more liked, while Yellowface with the limb stealing thing and the racism on BFDIA wouldn't get him any likes. So yeah. So now it's time for Just Nod. Don't worry, this is not going to be a spoilers video. So yeah, this is just what I think will be the results. And I'm most likely going to be terribly wrong, but yeah, let's try. I think the first one saved would be Pillow, since I mean, She's literally the one who gets all the screen time on her team. And if you're asking how the hell did she manage to receive over 15,000 votes, well, yeah, it's only one team up for elimination. But whatever, let's continue with Taggy. I mean, Taggy always receives the second most votes, and she's starting to get more liked by the community. So I don't see why she would get those second most votes. Next one safe would probably be Balmy. Yeah, I think he would be safe even though he was bottom 2 last time, just because he blew himself up. Yeah, I know voters. They wouldn't let him be eliminated after he blew himself up instead of her pillow, right? And now it's either Book or Nickel. This was a very hard to choose, but I think Book would be eliminated. And I still think it would be very close vote battle. But what's my reason? You see, Nickel was just starting to get more liked by the viewers, and they would probably want to give him a second opportunity. But yeah, I think Book would get out, and I find her really amazing. Well, I find all characters amazing. That's good and bad. Now we have Are You Okay? I decided to leave this team for last because, in my opinion, this was the hardest. I think the first contestant safe would be Eraser, even in the extremely close battle that this vote war would be. But yeah, Eraser is quite a liked character, and I don't doubt that he would receive the most votes. And we are now followed by Tennis Ball. You see, now Tennis Ball is much more liked than before, and he's starting to become a fan favorite, just like on the early days of BFDIA. And then we have Pen. I don't think Pen is really that liked compared to BFB, but I think his fan base would make him not be in the bottom 2. And now we have to the bottom 2, Golf Ball and TV. This is actually a bit silly because, well, this is very hard and very easy at the same time. But last one safe is Golf Ball. I mean, TV on TPOT is usually getting a lot of votes, but I think this is because, well, in TPOT 5, rebelling with Robot Flower and TPOT 9 was a crazy vote battle between all of the team, so it justifies him being safe. And I would still think that there would be an incredibly close battle. So yeah, this was the video. If you agree or disagree, feel free to tell it in the comments. But don't judge people by their opinions. Okay, so bye!